Very good evening, everyone, and welcome to yet another demonstration of the inventory module setup in TallyPrime. So basically, inventory module in TallyPrime is used to manage stock and inventory related activities of a business. It helps in maintaining stock items, units, different types of stock groups, storage locations or go down very efficiently. Using inventory in TallyPrime reduces manual work and hassles, and things can be done very nicely and efficiently using this module. So before this, we'll just see if our inventory module is enabled, inventory feature is enabled in our company features. For that, we'll go to company features, pressing F11. Mostly by default, the inventory features is set to yes, as you all can see on the screen. We'll save this and move on to the next step. So basically now we'll first create units. Now from gateway of masters, we'll go to create. We'll scroll down in inventory masters and we'll click on units. The first unit I'm creating is pieces. So units are basically used to measure stock quantities. Different types of units can be used to measure different types of stocks. For example, you can use pieces, you can use kilograms or hours to maintain service items. My formal name I'm keeping here as pieces. This is for my physical inventory, my goods, and another um, unit I'm creating here is hours. This will be used for measuring my service item. Now I've created units. The next step I'll be doing is create the go down or the location. Uh, I'm creating this because this is where we will allocate our actual stock item. Now my first uh, go down would be warehouse. This will also fall under primary category. And my second one would be showroom under the same primary. Now I've completed my unit creation. My next step would be creating the stock groups. Stock groups are basically used to classify similar stock items into categories. It helps in better stock organization and reporting. My first group would be furniture and it will come under primary. And my next one would be electronics. So all my electrical related stock items will fall under this. Now after creating stock group, my next step would be creating the stock category. Now it is yet another further classification of our stock items. It helps in filtering and analyzing similar products across different stock groups. My first stock group that I'll be creating here is mobile phones, and I'll keep it under primary. Second one would be laptops. I'll keep this under primary as well. And third one would be wooden furniture. This will also be under primary. And another one would be office furniture, for example. Now I've created all the stock categories now. My next and the most simple step is creating the stock item. Now, I assume everyone will be aware of what stock items actually are. They represent the actual products maintained in the inventory. They are physical items that we have maintained in our inventory, for example. Now, my first stock item is a Samsung Galaxy S24. Now, it will automatically ask if this item falls under certain category or under certain group. It will automatically give you a list to select from. This is a mobile phone, which is an electronic device. It will come under electronic, and the category which will come under is mobile phones. Units here would be pieces, and tax rate is 15%, and type of supply is good because it is an actual good that we have. Now I'll have 20 pieces. My go down would be showroom, and rate would be 20,000 per piece. Now my first item is being created. Second one would be Dell laptop. This also comes under category of group of electronics and the category of laptops. Units here would be pieces as well, and this is also type goods type of supply. The quantity I'll take it as 10, and my go down would be showroom, and rate would be 15,000 per. Now my next stock item would be office desk. Now, as the name suggests, it comes under the furniture group and falls under the category of uh, wooden furniture, and units here would be pieces, and quantity I'm taking here as 15. This is allocated in my warehouse, so the go down I'm selecting here is the warehouse. Um, the rate would be 1,000 per piece, and I'll save this. Now, after creating the actual stock items, I'll also simultaneously create the bill of materials that we'll be requiring for the laptop assembly that I'll be showing in the future. For that, I'll need a battery. You can put it under the electronics category or any subcategory you have created. I'll put it under none. For example, units will be pieces there as well. Quantity would be 10, and it will also be in my showroom. Rate would be 1200. I'll save this. Another material I would require would be my display, and I'll keep it under primary, and the category won't be applicable. Units I'll be creating here is pieces, and quantity, for example, is 8. It will be also in my showroom, and the rate would be 800 per piece. Another one I would create here is motherboard. This is also my material. Units here will be pieces as well. My quantity here would be 10. This will also come in my showroom, and rate per piece would be 1500. That comes down to 15,000. I've created the bill of materials and the stock items. Next, I'll create is the service item. Now, my service item is, for example, phone repairing service. Now, it won't come under any category. If you wish, you can create a category as service items and put any items of service under that. I haven't created any category for that, and I'll keep it under none. Units I'll be using here with ours, and the type of supply this is services. It is not any kind of goods. There won't be any quantity because this is not anything physical. This is a service that we are providing to our customer, and we will save this. Now, I'll show you a transaction using all of our materials that we have created. Now, we'll go to the sales voucher. We'll select the party account name. For example, I'm doing a sale to Riyadh Mart. I'll select Riyadh Mart there. Here you can put all the display details if they are known to you. You can put the delivery note number, the dispatch number, the destination, the carrier agent name, or whatever the details that have been provided. My country and region, I've put here my VAT number. The ledger, I'm going to select here the sales. Now I am, for example, selling my laptop. It was in my showroom, so I'll select showroom. The price was 20,000. No, sorry, the quantity. I'm doing 4 quantities. Rate would be 20,000, and the amount comes down to 80,000 here. The next item I'll select is my Samsung Galaxy S24. It was also allocated in my showroom, so I'll select that. The quantity here would be 5, and rate here would be 15,000. Now, the next item I'll select would be the office desk, and this was kept in my warehouse. So I'll select that. Quantity would be 8 and rate would be 1000 per piece. Now we have selected all the items that we are going to do the sales of. We need to select the VAT ledger, VAT output. It is automatically calculated. 24,450 has been added to our total and it came down to 1,87,450. We'll select new reference because this is a new customer and the customer does not owe us any kind of money. We'll save these changes and you can write any kind of narration in your voucher if you wish, and we'll save this version. Now I'm doing another transaction to one of our customers. This will be regarding the service item and I'll use the sales account. So my service item was phone repairing service. It does not fall under any go down. It is by default taking it as main location. Quantity here, it's asking about how much time our laborer has invested in doing the task. For example, 4 hours, and the rate would be 250 per hour. So it comes down to 1000. And we'll also select the VAT ledger here. We'll also select new reference and we will save this. Now, as I said, we had also created, I'll also show the bill of material. So for that, we had already created the product. We'll go to alter, we'll go to stock item and we'll click on laptop. And for that, when you scroll down, you'll see additional details which says alter components or bill of materials. We'll set it to yes. And it is asking for the name of my bill of materials. I'll keep it as laptop assembly and unit of manufacture is 1. So now it is asking me for what kind of raw materials do I require for the total assembly of this laptop. So I require a battery from my main location and my quantity from my showroom, and quantity would be 1. I would also require display screen which was also in my showroom, and one piece of this as well. And another thing would be my motherboard, which is also allocated in my showroom, and one piece of this as well. Now, after successfully creating the bill of materials, we'll save this. And moving back to our vouchers, we'll click on vouchers. From there, we'll click on F7, which is journal. Now we are in the journal voucher. Now, when you see there's a tiny arrow right next to your journal voucher. When you click on that, you'll see 3 options. We click on stock journal, and when we are on stock journal, this is a different type of voucher. We need to change the mode and we'll use the use for manufacturing journal. Okay, now it is asking for the name of final product. So we will the final product we need to make was the Dell laptop. It has already taken the name of the BOM which we had put as laptop assembly, and my go down was showroom. The quantity, it is asking me how many pieces of laptop do I require. So according to that, it will automatically fetch the number of pieces of the raw materials we will need. For example, I want 5 laptops, so it has taken 5 pieces of battery each, 6 pieces of display, and 6 pieces of motherboard with their prices as well. Now this it has automatically calculated. Now for uh, type of additional cost, you can also put any kind of additional cost here. So I'll create one. Mine would be labor charges. It will come under indirect expenses, and I'll save this. Now, how many percent of labor charges do we expect? We can put here, for example, 5%. So it has already calculated, which comes down to 875 real. And the total additional cost is 75. The effective cost is 18,375. And this was about all about the bill of materials journal. We will save this. Now, after all the transactions, the next part is looking at the reports. The first and foremost would be the stock summary. Now, here it has shown all our stocks that we have in our system. Uh, Under electronics, we had the Dell laptop and the Samsung Galaxy phone. 11 pieces of it and 15 pieces according with their price. It is shown. And under furniture, we had our office desk. It shows how many pieces of that we have left, and it shows all these uh, apart from our actual stock items is because we had used this in the bill of materials creation. This was the battery. We had made a bill of material and we had used 5 pieces of battery. The quantity outwards is 5 pieces, and total we had was 10 pieces. Same with display. It has 8 pieces and we used 5 pieces for the manufacturing of laptop, and 3 pieces are remaining. uh, Now the motherboard, we had 10 pieces. Initially we used 5 pieces for the manufacturing process, and it shows 5 pieces are remaining. And the phone repairing services, we spent 4 hours, and the value was 1000. This was about the stock summary. And when we go to display more reports, we'll see under inventory section, we'll see inventory book. It shows stock item summary. This is the list of total how many stock items we had in our system. The battery and the laptop, the display screen, the motherboard, office desk, all of this we had seen earlier. It shows all of that. Now this was for office desk. We had 15 pieces initially. We did a sale of 8 pieces and now we have 7 pieces left. So there's a decrease in the stock items, as you can see. Now the Samsung Galaxy phone, we had 20 pieces initially. We did a sales of 5 pieces and we have 15 pieces left. So there's a clear decrease in our stock items, as we can see. The go down shows the different types of go downs and the stock items we have in them. Same with this, the warehouse has the furniture items, has 7 pieces of office desk, and the showroom has electronic items, the Dell laptop and Samsung phone, 11 and 15 pieces respectively. It also has the bill of material we had required for laptop. This was all about the go down report. The next is the stock group summary report. It basically shows all the stock groups we have in our system. We had created electronics and we had these two items in our group of electronics, and furniture. We had office desk under furniture, and stock category. Another report under laptops. We had one item which was Dell laptop. Under mobile phones, we had one item which was Samsung Galaxy S24. And then under wooden furniture, we had one item which was office desk. Also shows the quantity left and the values and the rate. This was about the stock category summary. And now, when we see the balance sheet, it shows us the loans, the liabilities, current liabilities, and all of that is seen in this. And when we see the profit and loss account, it shows our gross profit, which was 11,975 when we did a sales. The sales account was 1,64,000. The closing stock, it shows basically every kind of accounts action we did. And this was all about the inventory module. I hope this session was informative. I thank you everyone for being a patient listener.